Welcome to episode 59 of the Group Chat Wrestling Podcast. It's a big one this week. It's a week for pro wrestling purists, especially those in the UK or Europe, or like Brett and others who are coming over from the United States of America. It's Forbidden Door week, which means there's a fuckload of top level professional wrestling going on. I'm going to have a 6-day hard on until the show is over. Well, until the after party is over. This is what we live for as pro wrestling fans. Not in general, there's a lot more to live for. But as pro wrestling fans, this is the shit we live for. We have got Dynamite and Collision in Scotland on Wednesday. Rev Pro are doing a couple of shows. We've got Eve. We've got Riot Cabaret. What else have we got, Andy? We've got a shitload of wrestling this weekend. It's a weekend for the good guys. It's a weekend for people that love bell-to-bell action and wrestling companies that aren't run by scum. I think we should just go straight into this Forbidden Door card, mate. I am so buzzing for this. I've been waiting for this for a long time. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone else that listens to the pod. It's going to be a fucking great week. We're recording this on the Monday. Is it Monday? It's Monday.
I think it's Monday.
Yeah. It's going to be a great week. Should we just go straight into Forbidden Door, boys? Because there's so much. It's a 9-match card at present, but there's so much to get through. Because this is the super card of all super cards. Yes, maybe more New Japan or CMLL people could have been on the card, but when you just take this card at face value, look at this card. This is an absolutely outstanding super card.
I think we get straight into it, but just answering your question there's also Pro Wrestling Ceasefire, which I was going to go but didn't get tickets because I left it too late, my dickhead. And Progress is on the Monday as well, which looks really good. The card looks class. But this card looks fantastic, and there's still potential for more matches to be had. Unfortunately, it looks like the Outrunners are on it, so that puts it down on it straight away for me. But whatever, we can still hope they turn up in kilts, tossing cables all over the shop. But yeah.
No turbo, no party.
Exactly. That's the truth.
Yeah, man.
So anyway, right, we're going to end up getting this outrageous 0 hour. Let's be honest, yeah. There's going to be there'll be a few multi-man matches on there. Hopefully, a big multi-woman match on there as well. Get some more women that I want to see live on the card. Let's just look at this 9-match card we've got at present, because there's nothing there that isn't going to be. Every single match on this card has a minimum 4 stars, minimum 4-star potential.
I genuinely didn't think this card would be this good. I did not think the card would be anywhere near this good. I mean, it's an insane card. And for everyone who's unhappy about it not being particularly forbidden, there isn't a Forbidden Door anymore. It's open every fucking week. The door's open every week, so it doesn't mean as much as it did 2 years ago.
It's like Survivor Series. Do you still expect the 4-on-4 every year? Or if you get the War Games at Survivor Series, are you still not going to be there? Were they not happy when they had that really good match in 2023 and then CM Punk re-debuted? Everyone loved that show. That wasn't a Survivor Series 4-on-4 match. Things do move on. Things evolve. We still have CMLL and New Japan influence. There's still going to be what I think 4 of the 9 matches so far aren't AEW exclusive matches. This is still an AEW pay-per-view which features others. Let's be perfectly honest. It always has been that.
And like I say, the Forbidden Door is open every week anyway. Now, I mean, Ring of Honor is essentially a fucking Lucia fucking show at times with the CMLL influence. We have talent crossing over all over the place, so it's not as impactful as it was maybe 2 years ago when we first got a Forbidden Door. So it doesn't mean as much. But hey, there's still some crossover matches on the card, and this card is fucking phenomenal. I did not from the main event to the fucking early matches we're guessing right now because it's on a Monday, but to what we could possibly get, what madness Tony could throw our way on a fucking 0 hour, it's insane already, and we have more to come.
And exactly, with the whole Forbidden Door thing, it's more of a branding thing at this point in time compared to what was 3 years ago, like when the first one took place in 2022 in Chicago, when we got freaking Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy, and then you had the return of fucking Shibata after the match. Like, that was, like, the first couple years was very Forbidden Door-esque, and it's also a timing issue because, remember in the past, Forbidden Door would normally be in June. It's in August this year because it's in different location. All In happened before, and remember, the G1 just finished up right now. Stardom, I think, has a couple of tournaments that they're wrapping up. That's why we don't have the representative in the 4-way match for the TBS title yet. So it's just more of a timing issue why we don't have why it's not more Forbidden Door-esque. But like you said, every other weekend like you said, Ring of Honor is basically the Luchador show, and we see the CMLL and New Japan influence on on regular television as it is. So I don't take the whole title of Forbidden Door like too literally nowadays. It's just a marketing and a branding thing. But fuck me, man. Like you said, this 9-match card from top to bottom, it might be the best Forbidden Door card period ever since its inception.
Easily, it's not even close. And like just on that, Brett, before we actually do talk about the card, which is what we want to do. People can complain that there's not enough New Japan talent, but let's be honest, New Japan's a fucking bit of a shit show right now anyway. Hence why they've actually required an AEW guy to win the G1. But whatever, we'll get on to that.
Listen, when the other half of the G1 final across from Takeshita is evil, that tells you the state of New Japan as it is right now. Okay, but we'll talk about that later.
The fact that Fightful put a story out about how Tony Khan doesn't rate evil. Like, they've never done that about anyone before. That was so fucking random.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, damn. I mean, anyway, shit just piling on. But
the card, let's go. Where we starting?
I got the card right here, so let's start at the tippy top. Women's World Championship. We got Toni Storm versus the forever champion Athena. Like,
do you think this opens?
I'm kind of,
Do you think this opens the card?
I mean, shit. There's so many matches. I think it does. I think they do open the card with this match, and I'm kind of surprised that it's happening so quick. Like from Athena coming up to the main roster. No, I thought they would have pushed it back to All Out, give it a couple months. But I mean, fuck, man, it's like I don't know why. I feel like Athena or Tony?
Athena. I think it's too soon. There's not really been too much build to it, and I think maybe she gets a second goal, and that's when she beats her, or she loses and then goes on and beats Mercedes. I don't know. I just don't see her beating Toni Storm at the moment. Not until she gets rid of that Ring of Honor title, because there's a bit of an issue with, with her essentially hogging the title at the moment. But this going to be phenomenal. These are two of the best women in the world.
The one thing I was thinking, that when I was looking at all the title matches, and I thought so many of these matches, like I wouldn't put money on it. I think so. I'm probably leaning slightly towards I want Athena to win just because I don't know. I think there'll be one relatively surprising one, and I think that would either be I think one of Athena or Swerve will leave with gold. I think there'll be something that we're not particularly expecting on this card. I think it's safe to say that Hangman and Zack Sabre Jr. are going to retain. This one is like, I don't know. It's kind of, I'm thinking I'm going for Athena, but then when Tony wins, I'm like, well, obviously Tony was going to win. So I'm really torn on this, but then I've got to give credit to them because they've made this one relatively unpredictable for me.
They've done that quite a lot lately, haven't they? There's not been too many, guaranteed winners when we've looked at the cards. I think Tony wins it, but I think this is going to be an incredible match. Like I say, two of the best women in the world. The roster's fucking stacked at the moment, isn't it? You'd struggle to put a bad match out at the moment with the women that they feature on TV every week.
I think Athena's gonna pick up the victory because like Mark just brought up with the idea of either Athena or Swerve, one of those two walking away with gold. I think the more likely, just because storyline and just looking down the road, I think it's Athena right now. I think with the Unified Championship that Okada holds right now, I think there's a bigger story that's for him, like that we'll allude to later, like after his match with Swerve. I think it's too soon for Okada to lose it right now, especially you just had the unification match.
I think so.
At All In, so I think we'll talk about it later, but yeah, I think Athena's gonna win this match right here. I mean, because remember, Tony did allude to like her bad luck in London. She hasn't won the past 2 years at All In, so you know what? I think that might come to play right there, and I think Athena's time is now, and I think she walks away with the women's world title.
Interesting.
Yeah. Do you think they'll therefore then do a tournament for the Ring of Honor women's title? Because she shouldn't hold on to them both.
Do you think she relinquishes it then? In fact, no, she's defended it, isn't she? So
she's defending it at next Friday against Mina.
Yeah, that's the worry for me. I don't like the idea of them hogging the titles. It was the same with Mercedes and the TBS. I need these titles to be freed up so that more women
100%
have good meaty.
She's about to hit 1,000 days, I believe, as Ring of Honor Women's World Title. So I wonder if she beats Mina, she reaches 1,000 days as champion. Does she relinquish the belt?
How long is it until how long till the 1,000th day?
I think we're pretty close. It might be next month or pretty soon. I got to check afterwards. But she's right around the corner from hitting that. I think once she hits 1,000 days, I think she'll relinquish the title.
Right. Okay.
Now 1,000 days.
All right.
Bruno Sammartino's gonna be rolling in his grave, right? So what's next? What's the next match? Let's go.
All right, let's go. Let's go a lighter one now. I think we all expect this. TNT Championship. Kyle Fletcher, Hiromu Takahashi. I think we all know where this is going. This is just going to be a great showcase for Kyle Fletcher. It is. I mean, he's like I said. Kyle's going to do the heavy lifting and reincarnating the prestige of the TNT title. And I think this will be just another addition.
I think this is a big match for him, because this is probably the match with the least expectation on the show. And if he wants to become the guy, these are the kind of matches when you say, you know what, like. Granted, you're not probably going to go out and steal the show on tonight, but you don't want it just to be another match, some fodder on the show. You want this match to be... It's like what Okada and Speedball did. That match felt like it was just another match on that card, and it was an absolute fucking banger. And that's what I want. Fletcher's mentality should be that, because if he wants to be the guy in, say, 2 years' time, that's going to be the face of the company, going to do what Ospreay's done, going to do what Swerve's done to ascend to the top of the roster, these are the kind of matches where you might be what is probably deemed... on this card, which is outstanding, the biggest, what we class as a piss break match. You want to make sure that people regret going for a piss during your match here. I think this is a bigger match for Fletcher than probably people think, because I want him to go out there and say, look, I'm not facing Ospreay here on pay-per-view, but I'm going to go out there and show you why I'm going to be on Ospreay's level pretty soon.
I think a lot of AEW fans are underestimating or just don't realise how good Takahashi is. He's 100%. Fucking brilliant. I think this could be a fantastic match. He is really fucking good. He's a lot. I know a lot of people aren't going to be that familiar with him, but he's excellent. But I think these two will go, and I think this will be it will surprise a lot of people. I think this will be fantastic.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer. Sorry, Brett.
Yeah, Kyle retains, but I think like what Mark said, like this is the type of match where, like I said, can you be on Ospreay's level that no matter who he's in the ring with, like you are gonna deliver just a banger, like that one will people will regret, like going to the bathroom or concession stand, like this is a no-brainer, but still like he'll leave you in awe, like just with his performance right here. And it's just going to be another step for Kyle, like I said, to keep elevating that TNT title, and then like you said, in a year or two he will be in contention for the big title down the line. But it starts with matches like this, like you got to look at you have to look at the TNT title as a belt that this is like your litmus test, like can you be the guy that can carry the big belt? Can you be the showstopper in the middle of the card where no one else expects it? If he could if he could pass that test, then the future is like bright for him, and we already know that. But yeah, I think this will be an excellent match. And like you said, a lot of people might underrate Takahashi. Maybe they don't watch like a lot of New Japan today, but trust me, what I've seen from him, it's going to be an excellent showcase between these two.
100%. But I totally agree. It's going to be great. Carl retains, so there's no doubt about that.
Oh, it's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah. All right. Next, let's go to a tag team match, and this one's gonna have the vibes, the nostalgia feel, and I cannot fucking wait for this. We have the returning tag team of Adam Copeland and Christian Cage versus Kip Sabian.
The biggest story here is Kip Sabian's massive homecoming, man. Come on, that's more important than Ed and Christian. The crowd are gonna go fucking mild, mate.
I did not expect them to throw this on so soon. Like, it did feel rushed last week on Dynamite, didn't it? But I don't care. It was great.
It was definitely rushed, but it was still a fun moment.
It was, because it seemed to, like, for me, it felt like it needed another month. But for Christian to just come down and, like, okay, here we go, let's go. And I know he didn't hug it out properly, and, there was still a bit of, like, we don't know. Look, they're going to tag. We're going to get a few moments where they can, like we've spoke about in the past couple of episodes, the last couple of months, as we predicted, where they're going to be like, Christian's going to be trying to be a heel. Cope's going to be trying to be a good guy and a face. They're going to have a few moments where they look like they're going to fall out. They're going to pick up the win, probably get attacked by fucking FTR, and whatever. It's just going to set up all out, isn't it? Whatever comes out of this, but they've got to get the win surely, unless maybe Luchasaurus comes back and choke slams everyone.
Luchasaurus, they're going to bring him and Jack Perry back. That's got to be the way forward. Ooh. Jack Perry and Luchasaurus, come on. Let's have that again. At
this stage, I think it's the only way to bring Jack Perry back, isn't it? Because he's been away for so long, and we wanted him as Death Rider. We want him to be, involved in whatever. Fucking maybe MJF's new stable, whatever. But, like, he's just done nothing. He's sitting at home making fucking knives in his garden. So,
So
maybe.
This tag match is going to be fun. Like the crowd are going to lap this up as well. They're going to lap this up. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just play into the crowd. It doesn't have to be too deep. Moving on to the next tag match, that does have to be too deep because we're going to get the Hurt Syndicate, and I really don't know who's going to win out of FTR and Brodito. It makes sense to have the face heel dynamic. But then I'm thinking, are they rushing through this shit for contracts? Do they want to have FTR beat the Hurt Syndicate? And then, like, is MJF still really done with them? Or is MJF going to... I mean, he's not going to come out early in the Forbidden Door card before his title match to help FTR. But if FTR beat Brodito, I expect FTR to win the tag titles.
It's a tough one. I think Brodito will win myself, to be honest.
I think they win, and I think that the Hurt Syndicate retain the tag titles. But I'm really interested to see how this all plays out, because that means are we going to get FTR v Cope and Christian at All Out, and there's no titles involved there? So that has to be the match for.
I think it has to be. I think they don't need the titles for that match at the moment.
They don't. I agree. They don't. My worry is they're trying to shift gears to make it that. Which, again, what date is it? It's the 20th. So you've got 4 weeks, don't you? It's not enough time. You want to build to that for longer.
Yeah.
You don't want them to get back together. They can win the tag titles at fucking World's End. It doesn't have to be anything like yet. But it also depends on the Hurt Syndicate's contract status. Like, when did Shelton and MVP debut?
Well, Shelton, I heard, has a couple more years on his deal, so he's not going anywhere anytime soon. Bobby, I'm not 100%
Grand Slam
sure, but Grand Slam is when last year's when MVP came in. I think.
Fuck yeah, you're right. Bobby was a while later, wasn't he?
It was a nice segment. He's well done.
Yeah, Shelton came in afterwards, and then came Bobby. Like they were like within a month or two from each other. But I'm looking at like this upcoming Wednesday between Brodito and FTR, because I'm basing my decision on how Collision, on that interaction between FTR and Brodito, with Stokely taking Bandito's mask and everything. You know, Brodito got beaten down by FTR. I think just that right there, if you follow old wrestling tropes, like, you know, the heels get over before the big match, I think Brodito are going to beat FTR on Wednesday. It's going to be Brodito versus the Hurt Syndicate on at the pay-per-view. And honestly, if that's the matchup, that could be a toss-up right there. I don't know where you go. I mean, because listen, like, Brodito is they're the hot thing right now in not just the tag team division, but in AEW right now. Like, you talk about just two perfect pieces coincidentally just together. I mean, fuck, I would not be mad if they win the match, they take the tag belts off, and then, like I said, FTR are losing on Wednesday. You're setting up the match at All Out with them and versus Cope and Christian. But I wonder this. Here's a twist right now. If FTR is not in the championship match, and then you have the Cope and Cage versus Sabian and Wayne, that leaves FTR with nothing to do for Forbidden Door. Do they fuck over Christian and Cope, cost them the match against Wayne and Sabian?
I think that could be the case. Yeah, definitely. That's what makes the most sense, to be honest. But
I would be surprised if FTR are left off 2 successive main cards of this stature.
Are the Hurt Syndicate faces or heels, though? That's the problem, because, like, you say they wouldn't do heel this heel. I don't think they would. But are they really heels? I mean, they're turning on Max. Whether that's been rushed and whether that is actually a thing or whether it's a ruse, who knows? Like, but I don't know. It's a confused one. It's probably the least predictable thing of the entire show, to be honest. What's going to happen here with these, with all the with not just this, but with the tag teams and the Cope Christian dynamic. You know, with FTR and whatever's going to happen out of that. Because something's going to happen. It's not just going to be a case of Christian gets the win over his kids off they go into the sunset. Something's going to happen, whether it's Luchasaurus turns up, whether it's FTR. I mean, fucking, like you say, maybe fucking Jack Perry makes a return at this point.
We'll see, man. I mean, like I said, it's kind of funny. Like, the tag team title match might be the most unpredictable match of the card.
Maybe
it's all going to become a lot clearer after Dynamite when we know who they're facing, and I think you get a clear path from there. What's going to happen?
Maybe FTR, right? Here's one. This is a wild one. Give me a second. Maybe Truth said that they're not on the card because they made a deal years ago and they're sticking by the word. Yeah. What if the Outrunners aren't on the card against FTR because FTR won't have a match with them, but Loz Outrunners are on the card? Give me that. Loz Outrunners against FTR. Come on, Tony, do it. I know you're not even going to see this because the show's in a fucking week, but come on. Fucking Outrunners, man. Don't let me down.
We need them in London, absolutely. All right, let's go with the TBS 4-way. So right now it's Mercedes versus Persephone versus Windsor. We still at this point do not know who is representing Stardom right
when
now.
When do we find that out?
That's a good fucking question. I think they're concluding one of their tournaments over there as well. But honestly, like if there's anyone who's not walking out with the belt other than Mercedes, the only other one is Windsor. But here's something to keep an eye on.
Windsor ain't winning.
Remember,
this.
she lost. But just it's a 4-way. Mercedes lost her belt. I think the New Japan Women's title. She lost it in a multi-woman match in a triple threat. So she wasn't pinned. So she can lose the belt to Windsor. She can lose the belt without being pinned. So that's something to keep an eye on. That's the only time that she's lost one of her belts.
I think when Mercedes loses at TBS, it's going to be a huge thing, and I think it's going to be to Willow. I don't know why I think that. It's just because I thought that from the first moment she won. But it's going to be bigger than the 4-way. It's going to be big in the 4-way. It's going to be a massive fucking thing when she drops this belt.
Yeah.
I do not see her losing it in a 4-way, especially someone else getting pinned. I just think they're going to make a massive thing out of it because she's had this TBS belt for fucking ages now. When she loses this, it's going to be a fucking.
How long until she surpasses Jade's reign?
I think she's a little over 100 days.
Yeah, Jade had 500 days.
She's over 400 now. Well over 400, isn't she?
If I'm booking it for me, she beats Jade and then Willow takes the title back off her.
Yeah, I'm down for that. That makes sense.
In whatever, make Willow a next feud after all this is gone on, and she's lost a couple more of her belts.
Will All Out be? Do you reckon All Out will be 500 days? So it was double or nothing last year, wasn't it? So you've got 7 days of May, so you've got 60. About 100. No, it probably won't be. It'll probably be like Wrestle Dream might be 100, might be 500 days. But I reckon she's going to break that record. Makes sense. You want Mercedes in the record books over Jay Cargill?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think they'll do that. Yeah, like you said, I think he'll break Jade's record. So yeah, I think as far as the matches, that might be one of the most predictable outcomes. But I mean, let's move on to the kind of a dream match. I mean, especially for the London crowd over there, we get Nigel McGuinness versus Zack Sabre Jr. You think this is going to open the show?
I still think the women will, but I think the women will because I think something good's going to happen in this. I think this is going to be late. I think this is going to be the one. Maybe
Daniel Garcia's turning heel here, by the way.
Last match or third. Yeah, he is.
Daniel Garcia's turning heel. Daniel Garcia's turning on McGuinness. And
Brian Danielson comes out to say. Yeah, and Brian Danielson comes out to save Nigel. That's what I think. I think Brian Danielson comes out to save his arch nemesis because he loves him really. And I think that because Danny Garcia's got to do something, man. He's got to fucking turn on and beat the living shit out of him. Daddy Magic comes to the ring. What are you doing? Beats the shit out of him. Leaves him a bloody mess. Zack Sabre Jr. is just watching on laughing. And I think Brian Danielson comes down and cleans house and saves Nigel McGuinness. That's what I want to see.
I think Danielson did both in making event. In the O2. I do agree. I want to see that crimson mask on Matt Menard's face on Sunday because Daniel Garcia is a much better heel than a face.
Okay, he's actually something as a heel. As a face, he's a non-entity. Like I like Daniel Garcia as a wrestler. He's great.
I actually think he'll throw the towel in, and then McGuinness will be annoyed at him afterwards. I'm sorry.
Shout.
And then he's gonna fuck him. I think he'll throw a towel in. And then after the match, he'll beat the shit out of him. Matt Menard might even be put on commentary for this. He'll come out, what you're doing. Because maybe Garcia will just hit him or push him, then he'll get in the ring. And he's going to obliterate him. I want a proper hardcore heel turn from Garcia here. Because I think Garcia's got so much potential as a heel and fuck all as a face. This match is going to be...
He has to
if saying this is not... That's what I just said is not the opener. So I retract what I said before. I have no idea what's opening the show. Usually I think I've got a pretty good idea. I did think this match... just for the initial pops, but for this kind of emotion, this kind of heat, that's not an opening match kind of thing because it takes a lot out of the crowd. So maybe it won't be an opening match, but I feel pretty confident that Garcia's turning heel. The rest of it, I hope, falls in line.
He's got to basically do what MJF did when he turned heel on him. Literally just beat the living shit out of him, leave him a fucking mess. So he's Nigel McGuinness should be off commentary as well for the next few weeks to sell this. He should absolutely fucking destroy him. And Daddy Magic should be out for a while as well. They've got to make this impactful to give some meaning to Garcia because since he won the title, it's just been shit. But I love him as a wrestler, but he's just been boring. He needs something, and as you say, as a heel, he's fucking fantastic. So just do it.
There's one more equation. Like you mentioned, like the chances of like Garcia attacking Nigel after the match. After the match, like you said, Zach's probably like just in the corner in the back, like minding his own business. Like
I think
playing to the crowd. Guess who? I think he's probably. You know what? I need to fucking happen. I need the G1. I need the G1 tournament winner, Mr. Konosuke Takeshita.
That's a great
to take
shot, man.
him out. Listen, we talk about building levels of heat. Listen, with all due respect to Garcia, the heat that Takeshita would fucking garner, like taking out Zach in the O2 Arena, would be fucking amazing. Like because now remember he has the future title shot against Zach. You know, more than likely at Wrestle Kingdom, but yeah, like real quick, like fucking Takeshita win the G1 tournament. It's fucking amazing. Like you talk about amazing stories in wrestling. Like this dude as a kid wrote, when he was in school, he wrote fucking essays and reports to New Japan to be a professional wrestler. He did a report on the damn German suplex. That's how much he fucking loves wrestling, how much he loves New Japan. So for him to come full circle and to him to win the G1 tournament is making me think whenever he comes back to the States and when he gets on Dynamite, that promo that Don Callis is going to cut is going to be godly. But like I said, give me the pen and let me write that segment. Because Callis is going to do the same promo we've seen in the past, but I need a twist on it. I need Callis to be like, with Takeshita on his side and all the other Don Callis members there, I need him to be like, better than Ricky Dozan, better than Inoki, better than Ibushi, better than Omega. I need Takeshita to grab the mic, look right in the camera and say, better than Okada. Boom. Right there. They teased that earlier this year, the little dissension right there. Okada, Takeshita, it's on the writing right there. That's your Continental Classic finals, by the way. At the end
100%.
Right
I think Takeshita wins the Continental Classic. He has to this year, though.
And if he wins the Continental Classic, and the G1 in the same year, I mean, he's definitely in the argument for Wrestler of the Year. Like why not?
100%. I think the whole thing's going to end the same way Don Callis ended the feud with Jericho, where essentially there's going to be a fucking painting of Takeshita with his fucking head chopped off or something on Okada fucking standing over him. I think Callis makes the choice to back Okada, and I think he's backs the wrong horse, and that's when we get the run for Takeshita to go and win the Continental Classic.
What now? If that happens, what does young Kyle do? Kyle's like in the middle.
Kyle's going to stab him in the back.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. We've seen that before, and then holy fuck, just 2026. That's your feud of the year right there, to Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher. Like,
Kyle's already pissed off, man, because Takeshita's been giving all the credit to his wife, his actual wife, and not Kyle. Kyle's probably sitting at home like, what about me? What about me, you little bastard?
Kyle versus Yuka Sakazaki, Takeshita on a forklift match.
Yes, with Judy Bagwell's ashes sprinkled all over the ring.
Oh, fuck.
She's not dead.
Jesus.
She's dead. She is dead. She's dead.
Okay. All right, guys, we got to start fact checking this shit.
Yeah, fuck. I didn't mean like, thank God she's dead. I mean, thankfully what is said isn't wrong. Anyway, what's the next match?
All right. We got the unified title between Okada and Swerve. And, I mentioned it earlier, like, I think Okada's going to retain here. It's too soon to do the title change. Like I said, you just did the unification match last month at All In with Omega. I mean, it'll be a great match, don't get me wrong, but I think it's too soon for Okada to drop the belt.
I think so. I think it will take away from the fact that he beat Kenny fucking Omega only a month ago if he was to drop it already to Swerve. I love Swerve. Swerve's fucking incredible. He's one of my favourite wrestlers. But it would take so much away from Kenny Omega's loss. Kenny Omega's loss needs to mean something, and Okada needs to stand out as this fucking monster that he is, this fucking supreme fucking athlete that he is. And this needs to run all the way now to, as we say, to Continental Classic. And I'm look, I'm not a fan of the thing changing hands anyway outside of the tournament. So for me, Okada should keep it until. Personally, I think Takeshita should take it by winning the tournament. So yeah, I think he wins. Whether there's any shenanigans afterwards, because there's no shenanigans allowed in these matches, and there's 20-minute time limit anyway. But whether there's shenanigans afterwards, which lead into more of a Callis versus Swerve and Nana, kickoff, who knows? Something probably will.
I think it's important that's coming out of this. What like this? I mean, what you said makes perfect sense, and it's very hard to go against what you said. But I just wonder at the moment. Swerve feels like they've called him off a lot this year. And this time last year, he was the best thing in the fucking business. Like, AEW was getting a fair bit of criticism last summer. A lot of it, I think, was harsh because I think it was spring. They were struggling. I think the summer they were fucking a million miles ahead of WWE again. But he was the fucking poster boy for AEW this time last year. Yeah. And now this summer, he's kind of just been a meme so far. So if he doesn't win this, I wouldn't be surprised if they do give him a win here. Because I don't know, I can see Okada going off and doing other things. But what you said about beating Omega, it should mean more. I do agree with that. So it kind of nullifies my point because I do agree with you. But part of me just thinks they're going to give Swerve this win because I just feel that Swerve with the secondary title, where it basically is now, I feel that he needs this right now. He needs something to get his teeth stuck into, to go off and have a few banger feuds for the rest of this year and hold a title for a while. So I'm not as glued on with this as you two are, albeit your logic is stronger than mine. But I think we're going to get one surprise I think there'll be one surprise I think there'll be 2 title changes on the night, and I think one of them will be a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, there's got to be one at least.
I think even if Swerve loses this, I want to see direction for Swerve after this match, not next Dynamite. I want something to happen post-match which says, right, this is where Swerve's going to be for the next couple of months. I don't want Swerve to just be in purgatory. I've seen enough wrestlers go into purgatory. Swerve is too young, too good, and too popular to be in basic feuds at the moment. Something has to happen here.
It's a problem with the roster though, and the strength of the roster, because it's happened to a few people. I mean, how hot was Ricochet a couple of months ago, and now he's really cooled off because they've had no direction, no real meaty stuff to get him stuck into. So he's just treading water for a bit, waiting for that next fucking spot. It's happened with a few outrunners. God, that happened it's twice where they got so fucking hot and they didn't pull the trigger and they just cooled right down to kind of almost nothing and had to work their way back up. So I agree with you. Swerve needs something. He's one of the best wrestlers in the company. He's by far one of the best kind of, like personalities, character, whatever that you want representing AEW. The guy took the belt everywhere with him. He did what Mercedes does on the fucking carpet. He go to all these premieres and shit, and the belt's fucking wrapped over his fucking shoulder. So 100% you want Swerve representing the company like that. I just don't see what they can do with him though. I really don't. I don't see what's next outside of a possible. Like I was obviously Ospreay's injuries probably affect this, but I was really hoping for an Ospreay turn just so we could get a 2 or 3 month Ospreay Swerve feud to give them both something to get stuck into outside of, just popping up here and there. I have no idea. I don't know what the answer is. I really don't. I don't see where they go with him next. Unless he goes back after, maybe something, whatever happens with the Hurt Syndicate and he goes back after them, finally gets his win over Lashley. I don't know.
So what we got left? The double main event, basically now, isn't it?
Well, so here's the thing. Like let's do the world title first. Hangman Page and MJF, because I don't think this is going to be the main event. I don't think Hangman
the lights out's always main event.
I don't think it can be the main event, but it's technically
it's the unofficial main event. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what they say with the lights out. So yeah, let's go Hangman and MJF right now. World title. Shit. This could be a talk. Is it too soon, right? Way too soon.
It's got to be too soon.
This is the most predictable match on the card.
It's got to be too soon, especially after the way they fucked over Hangman's reign last time. Taking the belt off him too soon just as he was growing into it. Hangman's on fucking fire right now. But then again, so is MJF. But like, I prefer MJF to lose this and then come back trying to find another way to take the title before he takes it. I think taking off Hangman now.
MJF will be the one. MJF will be the one that beats Hangman for the title. Just not yet.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Like, I think MJF, he's one of the few guys, I think, not just in AEW but in wrestling in general, that like a loss of the title right now, it won't hurt him one bit. Like, because
he's got other things going on, hasn't he?
With the other things he has going on, and just the personality he is, like, he will not allow himself to be called off or pushed to the side. Like, he's the day one guy. He's the main antagonist of the show. So I think you might get more out of MJF in a loss than you would in a victory right now, because there's, like you said, Hangman is just getting Hangman's just getting started right now. And like I said, this is the ultimate do-over for Hangman as far as title reigns go. Yeah. He's gonna have the belt for a much longer period of time right now. Yep. But I'm just curious of like the story within the match, how it's going to work out. Like, because think about it, Hangman, he goaded MJF into executing his contract. Like, he didn't have to, Hangman, he listen, that guy, like, in both instances for MJF and for Athena. Like, I like the way that they did it, and you know what? I like that they're getting it out of the way. They're getting the contracts out of the way, so we don't have to worry about that shit the rest of 2025. So, but I think way too soon. I think Hangman's gonna win. There's so much meat on the bones for his title reign coming down the line, and we'll see what happens. I mean, but yeah, I love Hangman for the win.
I love that he's the fully confident, dominant champion now. And this is where, if you remember, this is where he was getting to when they took the belt off him last time and put it on Punk. Mm-hmm. He was becoming this. He'd slowly transitioned to this. And by the time he lost that, he was that confident champion. You know, the guy that kind of, knew he was the top of the card, knew he was the best. And that's what he is now. He's coming out there, doesn't give a fuck about anyone who's coming after him, isn't scared of anyone, knows he can take anyone. And I fucking love this character now, the way he's developed, the changes the small change they've made from his, his kind of, whether you go to his insecurities, his anger issues, whatever, to now where he's just a confident fucking bad motherfucker, isn't he? He knows he's the best. And if anyone wants to come for him, he's there.
He's no longer the anxious millennial cowboy anymore. No. Like, he's not anxious. He's not nervous. He's not second guessing himself. Like, he knows who the fuck he is. He knows he's the best. He's the best in the world. Like that promo that he cut, like after All In, like, I'm the champion of the fucking world. Like, he has a confidence level that he has never had in his entire 6-year run in AEW. So you talk about just progression, not just as a wrestler, as a character, just a human being in general. Like, you just see it in the way he talks, the way he wrestles, and everything. Like, he knows he's the number one guy. So, however longer he does hold it, I mean, we'll see. Like, is MJF the one that might take it from him in the future? I mean, that's up in the air. Like, I say, we have to keep an eye on guys like Swerve and Ospreay, like how they develop. Like you said, like if they feud, like who turns on who. Like, I mean, does Ospreay turn on Swerve? Does Swerve turn on Ospreay? I mean, that could be the next challenger down the line, maybe before the year's over for Hangman. But we shall see. Yeah, way too soon. Hangman's gonna come away with the win.
I think we said this before, though. But if you're gonna turn Swerve, he's got to beat the shit out of Nana. It's the only way it'll ever work. As long as Nana's dancing with him and cracking jokes, Swerve ain't getting booed anyway. That was the problem originally. If you remember, he broke into his house and then Nana comes down doing a dance and the crowd are cheering him. And it just divides all fucking, logic from the fans, really. I think MJF will be the one to take the belt down the line. I still say that I think that MJF is going to be a face within the next 18 months. And I think he'll be the biggest face in the company within 18 months. He's just got it about him. He really has. Like, even watching him as a heel there, confronting Hangman last week, there's elements of a fucking big baby face still in everything he does behind all that. Because as he's shown a lot, he's just a very insecure, guy who did, and the fact that he has opened up at times, we know that there's a fucking all right fella beneath all that. It's just beneath a lot of layers of cuntness.
Yeah. So it takes a long time to unravel all those layers.
Yeah, exactly,
of man. You get to the biggest baby face, not just in AEW, but in all of wrestling, and it'll come off as genuine and as real. Definitely. Those are the best baby faces right there.
People forget just how over he was as a babyface, man. It was some of the most fun I've had watching wrestling. He had the crowd in the palm of his hand every fucking week. It was incredible stuff. And people shit on it now because of how it ended, but they do forget that in the prime of this, he had the crowd eating out of his hand every week with silly little things that meant nothing, and they were loving every bit of it. He'll get back there eventually, but right now, he doesn't beat Hangman this week. Nah. He loses and then goes off and. Little bit of a storyline with the.
I am of a result of every single match, the 9-match card. This is the one I put the most money on.
They can't do nothing else, can they? But I think MJF goes away from this and finishes whatever happens with the Hate Syndicate. Because is that over or not yet? I mean, does this mean it's over? Because he signed a fucking contract. Nothing's been said about that yet. So are they really just fucking rushing through this to get it done? Because as has been reported, someone wasn't happy.
Yeah. I'm going to keep the faith that it's not over yet, because just of the characters involved, like from MJF to MVP and everything like that, I'm going to keep the faith that it's not over yet, that, I think that they're putting this out there to the fans, like let them react, let them go run wild with their fucking conspiracy theories and all that. I'm going to keep the faith that it's not over yet between MJF and the Hurt Syndicate.
I agree. I still think it's a swerve. I feel like MVP loves the you know, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who likes shit like that to get out, especially after what happened with the speedball stuff last week when they made a point of filming that clip just to, you know, as a fuck you to everybody. So I don't think it's as clear cut as everyone thinks in terms of this being over. I think there's probably more to it. At least in a you know, setting up a feud of some sort, you know, in the next month.
Right. All right, so now we're on to the true main event. Woo! And holy shit, how the fuck this match came about on Dynamite is just so fucking insane. So we got the lights out steel cage match. Two teams.
Who the fuck saw this coming? Jesus.
No one. Holy fuck.
No one saw this coming, bro.
How good was Mox's reaction to Tanahashi when he was told? And he's just like, Tanahashi? As in New Japan Tanahashi? And he goes, oh.
I never thought, I hand on heart, never thought I would look forward to seeing a match live more than I would Swerve Danielson. But like, this is going to be fucked up.
You could say
Tanahashi had a good G1, right?
I mean, for his standards, yeah. I think for Tanahashi in his retirement run, I think from all accounts I heard, yeah, he had a pretty good G1 run in my opinion.
Ibushi's last match, I know they're few and far between. Ibushi's last match was shit hot.
It was very good. It was a hell of a lot better than expected. On Tanahashi, though, like, let's be honest, Tanahashi's he's had a lot of good dance partners.
This is a spot match where there's a lot of storytelling involved. This is a perfect situation for veterans, legendary veterans, to be able to do 3 or 4 amazing things each, and the rest of it can sell itself. Like, this is leaving the cage, this is moving around. You're right, the Bucks are going to be doing a hell of a lot of lifting in this match. Darby Allin will do a hell of a lot in this match. John Moxley will do a lot in this match. That's 4 out of the 10 people we're saying. Then you've got Tanahashi and Ibushi, who you don't know just how fit they are, but if they can just have 3 or 4 like moments, they're not going to be moments they're jumping off the cage like Mick Foley. Just 3 or 4 moments that we're like, fuck yeah. We have no idea about Kenny's status, but they say about Kenny, yes, Kenny's intestines are torn to shreds. He still had about 4 5-star matches in 2025. This guy can still pull it out. They are limiting him for reasons like this. So then when it's the biggest stage, he can perform at that level. Like, I don't have as much trepidation about this match as other people do. I think that this will be perfectly structured. I don't think there'll be the moments where, like, oh God, look at him, he's showing his age. I think this will be done. I think the right people, as you said, will do the heavy lifting. But Definitely. This match graphic is the most fucking arousing thing I've seen in professional wrestling. This is unreal. Like, for anyone who's ever loved wrestling that isn't a WWE only fan, this is a love letter to you. This is the best wrestlers in the world over the past couple of decades coming together in what is going to be the most fucked up hardcore match with the most raucous crowd possible, and no one has a clue what's going to happen. This is perfect.
Darby's going to do something insane. I think Ibushi will be all right, actually. I think Ibushi will be all right. I think I probably did give enough credit there. Ibushi will be all right. Tanahashi's going to get carried through a few good spots. Because, look, he's a fucking legend, but his knees have gone. He can't fucking move very well.
Wait, Claudio's in the match as well, isn't he?
Sorry?
Is Claudio in the match?
Yes, sorry, Claudio is in the match. Yeah, Claudio can go then, yeah.
Like, this guy can't go when he needs to go. Like, people are writing him off, like, because he had a few, like, bland, they weren't even bad, just average matches. Because we know how good he can be. No one knows how fit Gabe Kidd is. He could be absolutely fine and raring to go and ready to bleed, ready to jump off.
Forgot Gabe Kidd got injured, didn't he?
People are blowing things out of proportion because we know that Ospreay's probably nowhere near fully fit. But if Ospreay was coming into this 100% fit, no one would have any worries. Suddenly, because Ospreay's not fully fit, people are throwing, Omega's not got a stomach anymore, Ibushi can't go anymore, Tanahashi's not got any knees anymore, Darby's barely wrestled for 2025. The Young Bucks have been having shoulder injuries for so long. Like, get fucked. Like, these lot are going to go into this match knowing what they're doing to have a pure banger. This match is going to be fucking insane. I can't wait for it.
The only way for me is Ospreay, just because, like, I think he's going to be protecting whatever his injury is. But the rest of the guys, I don't buy into Kenny Omega being half as injured as people say. Like, I think he's
very sensible with what he's doing.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is also for like, you know, storyline and impact purposes as well.
100%.
Essentially, so that when he does come back, I mean, everyone wins for. We want Kenny Omega to be this kind of. You know, it to be an occasion when Kenny Omega's back. And I think that's what it's going to be now. But, like, I don't think it's because he's that fucked. I think he's just maybe taking it easy a little bit, but I don't think it's because he can't go. I think he's fucking perfectly fine now. You know, he had his operation. He's recovered. We seen that fucking match with Okada there was fantastic. So I think Kenny Omega's absolutely fine for this. Ospreay, worried about him. Ibushi looked great in his last match, so that's one you point out there. So I think no worries with him. Tanahashi's gonna have to carry him. There's no bones about that. Darby Allin will do some insane fucking shit and make everyone forget about any fucking issues they have with anything in life. We've got fucking Claudio can go. You're right, Claudio was so fucking solid. That man can go. He's just had a bit of nothing direction, being a supporting cast for the Death Riders of late, but that's it. Mox is one of the fucking best in the world, and he's fit. Is it mad how Mox doesn't seem to want to take any time off at all? He just wants to be involved in everything. It's weird. He is
the most one of the most underappreciated, not even underrated, underappreciated wrestlers of all time. Yes. We're talking about someone who literally, like everyone, the middle of the Death Rider story, it wasn't hitting, but he did everything in his power to make the end of All In the greatest moment in AEW history. He made that moment more than Hangman, more than anyone. John Moxley made that moment what it was. John Moxley has done more for AEW than anyone else. John Moxley is AEW's ace. John Moxley is a genuine fucking legend, and
100%.
Yeah, and he is fucking always there. The only time he's taken off was when he went to rehab to fucking to sort himself out. This is a guy that is always there. He just went through the most grueling ever-present program for 9-10 months as world champion, getting so much shit along the way. It's finished, and the motherfucker's working even harder.
It's fucking crazy. Like, everyone was expecting to take time off.
What a legend. What a dude. What a fucking dude, man.
He never clocks out.
Sorry, Brett. Like, I just want to just finish what I was saying there. And we've got Gabe Kidd as well, who, that guy's fucking brilliant. Whether he's that injured or not, I don't know. So that's one that's up in the air. But I don't think he'd be in the match if he was completely fucked. And the Young Bucks, who, I'm sorry, but the Young Bucks can put a match together with fucking anyone you fucking throw in there and make it the best match in the fucking of the year or on a card, whatever. So this to me, I am so fucking excited about this. This has everything, even if you have got a fucking guy with no knees in there.
Man, you mentioned a guy with no knees in Tanahashi. The spot is going to come. Like, he's going to have the spot that's going to win the match. He's going to climb the fucking cage. And I'm looking at it. It's going to be Claudio who's going to take the splash from the top rope. But here's a quick question. What type of cage are they going to be in? It cannot be a regular. It can't be a regular. Now, here's the thing. I pointed this out the other day. A few days ago on the Ring of Honor YouTube page, they posted the Ring of Honor versus CCW cage. So if you guys haven't seen it, it's like the cage is about maybe only like 10 feet tall. It's not a massive structure, but it's you could go outside the ring. You could do all the stuff outside of the ring like that. So, and it was a 5-on-5 match where obviously 2 start, and then every few minutes they take alternating turns, one coming in at a time. So if that's a cage like that, it can't be a regular cage. Or do they have their own variation of the Hell in a Cell? Like I said, it's as high as the Hell in a Cell, like surrounds the ring. Like, they need space.
I know it is. Triple cage, ready to rumble. WCW.
Fuck.
Holy shit. Darby's going to take a fucking fall off the top of the triple cage. DDP's going to be there watching.
It'll be the reason I get into this show. I'll walk in as soon as the doors are open because I want to see what is the structure like above, or is there even a structure above? How much space is around the ring? I've got no idea what to expect from this. I've got no idea what to expect from this. That's fucking amazing.
I think you're onto it. Something there, though, Brett. I do. I think that's the kind of cage we're going to get, like an expanded cage.
It has to be. It can't be a regular cage. And I was going to say about Darby, how fucking on brand is it for Darby? His first match in over 8 months is in a fucking 10-man steel cage match where he's going to take he's going to get thrown off of something through some plunder or some shit like that.
I guarantee you whatever Darby does is going to go viral on YouTube.
Yep.
And it's going to be the least dangerous thing that he's done in the past 8 months. Not even just ever. So I don't know if you heard he did some bit like swimming with sharks. Like he did he was trying to do a kickflip underneath water, but he said there were 15 sharks around him. I'm like, you fucking madman. Like,
he climbed a hill and he swam with some fish. So
but yeah, I think the babyfaces won this match. I think Tana will pick up the victory because this is going to be his final match in the UK, right? Are they billing it as that?
Yeah, they are. And look, let's be honest. You are going to be doing air guitar. You are going to be doing air guitar. I'm going to be doing the air guitar. We're all going to be doing the air guitar.
Absolutely. It'll be a beautiful moment when Tanahashi picks up the victory. And yeah, man, that's a Forbidden Door card right there.
Fucking
I genuinely cannot wait. This card is much better than I ever imagined it would be. And if people have got a problem with that, I'm sorry, because this is just going to fucking rule.
It really is. I did not see this card being anywhere near this. I mean, I fully expected a couple of title matches that we look. Okay, we say we know Hangman's not going to lose. If Hangman was facing someone from New Japan, we would have known. You could have put your house on it, because we know that's not going to happen. At least now there's an element of doubt, and especially for the other matches as well. I'm so excited, and that's before we even think about what they're going to throw on the pre-show. I mean, they could throw some insane shit on the pre-show. Yeah, very, very excited. This week's going to be fantastic. Cannot wait.
It's been a great year. But I've seen some people criticizing, saying, "Oh, AEW are winning like the company of the year by default this year because everyone else has been so shit." Yes, maybe everyone else has been so shit. AEW's been fucking great this year. They've maintained their pay-per-view level. They've increased their audience. The weekly shows are on another level now. They're more consistent than they were in 2021, 2024, whatever your favorite period was. Like Collision is now the second best wrestling show literally every single week on the weekly TV show. AEW is on a fucking great run right now. And like my issue was after All In, that's your biggest show. There's going to be a come down. There's going to be a crash off the back of this. And they've bounced back and they've made Forbidden Door seem that good. And it could have easily have been a bit of a wet fart, this pay-per-view, to be perfectly honest, if they shoehorned a load of New Japan guys in there with a bunch of foregone conclusion matches. They've done the right thing here. They've got 4 of the 9 matches. So what, 45%, 43%, whatever, of the matches have got outside talent in the matches. The rest of them are homegrown matches. And you know what? I'm fucking fine with that because the card is that good.
I think Ishii will be on the undercard as well, with him being on the Rev Pro show the night before.
He fucking better be, because
the conglomeration will be on there. And then remember, I know it's probably for Dynamite or Collision, but I mean, the caster 5-minute open challenge. I mean,
I'd like to see him do 2. I'd like to see him do one with Oku in London, because I have a bad feeling that it's going to be, what's his face in Scotland, isn't it? Garrido. So that's what it's going to be.
I mean, just on the 0 hour for Forbidden Door, like Simon Miller's right there. I mean,
yeah, I'd fucking love that one. Really, yeah, that'd be great.
Amazing.
But I want to see Oko on the card. I think don't forget you got Aminata is over as well anyway for Eve, so she'll probably be on the undercard somewhere. Just stick her in a multi-woman match with fucking the spooky bitches. Fucking throw that on there as well. Just might as well.
You're going to end up doing it with hopefully with blood and guts, but you might as. I mean, it feels too important to shove on the pre-show. Do something involving them, like even a 3-on-3, and everyone else gets involved in it. Do something with them on the undercard, because they've earned that right. Because I'm invested in this 5-on-5, and they've managed to make that investable with a limited airtime as well.
Just stick them in a tag, and Aminata and whoever else she can find at the time against the spooky bitches. Just something, because they're over anyway, aren't they? So you might as well. Yeah. This week is going to be fantastic. So anyone who's over, anyone who's down in London, anyone who's knocking around, come and find us. Say hello. Have a couple of drinks. I'm having a drink of coffee at the moment. Might as well go and get a coffee from a thermos, like this Group Chat Wrestling podcast thermos.
Nice.
Did I just say that?
Nice, easy way into that. Love it.
Did I just say that? Oh, sorry. I love being a shameless self-promoter. Just stealing a line from DDP there.
Yes.
Well, I'm up for a flight to Glasgow for a couple of days in Scotland in 4.5 hours. So I'm going to go and sleep, and I'm going to enjoy more wrestling this week than I've probably ever enjoyed in my entire fucking life. So,
fantastic. I'm so excited, and I'll see you guys. I'll actually see you guys in a couple of days. So
fucking see us. Come on. All right, fellas.
Nice one.
Forbidden Door, baby.
Take it easy, guys.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone.
Good night.
Peace.